What's up, guys? We're at RFG again, getting ready to work on the truck and also hang out. A bunch of the guys are coming over. Today's plan is to get the rad support in, which you can see is behind me, and also get the water pump on. We got to tap the holes for where the heater lines go so that we can plug them off. So let's get to it. Yesterday I was out here. I didn't do any filming, but basically all I did was cleaned up the rad support here. Here you can see it. I shot it with a coat of paint. I also smoothed it out a bit where I put the hole, and I just glued this stainless trim on there just to make it look fancy. Gonna put that on, bolt it in, and then start working on that water pump. Alright, so as you can see, I got the rad support, core support on. Also threw the intercooler on there, bolted her in. And you can see how the turbo peaks out right there. So yeah, that's pretty good. I'll have to put the headlights back in and stuff. Mike's standing there.
Doing some, trying to do some shirt design drawings for you guys.
Shirt designs.
Trying to figure it out very soon. Final design time.
Yeah, we're getting on that. Everyone's asking for them, so we're going to give you what you're asking for. Yeah. Okay, so now I think I'm going to put the cold side piping on that I can from the turbo to the intercooler and stuff. And then we're just waiting on Clayton with those taps for the water pump. So it's actually a few days later. Once everyone came over, I ended up not doing any more filming. But this is what ended up getting done. So I got the water pump on. As you can see, we just tapped those two holes and put some pipe plugs in there for now until I figure out what I'm doing with my heater. And then I painted the water pump, put it on, put the belt on, and then ended up running the cold side piping to the intercooler on both sides. That part's just on there kind of temporarily, but everything's clamped on good now. And so that much is pretty much done. There you go. We went to the States for the weekend and I ended up picking up some parts. Plus I also picked up some other parts, so I'll show you all that stuff right now. I got rotors for the Explorer end. They're the same as the front ones. And of course pads and whatnot. I just have the one rotor there. Also got some shocks. Those bearings, that's the bearings, timing chain, and rings for the Shithorse 5.3, which is right there. So now we have everything to put the short block together, minus the cam, of course. I also ended up picking up this 4L80E Circle D 5913 torque converter. It's a 3000 to 3200 stall. I picked that up from a subscriber. A really good deal. It actually ended up being in Canada, so I got that. And I also got the Transgo HD2 shift kit for the 4L80E. I got the AEM, it's the 30-0300 air fuel ratio gauge. And then when I was at Harbor Freight, I ended up picking up a big box of hose clamps because I needed hose clamps for the upper and lower hoses, radiator hoses. And as you saw in the last video, we braved the junkyard and we got the 4L80. So now I have everything I need to get it ready. There it is again. I still haven't cleaned it up yet, but that's probably going to be one of the next things I do. Now my plan for today is to get the radiator in and get the hoses on. Maybe also get the headlights back into the rad support. Yeah, so we'll continue on with that stuff. I'm going to get these front shocks that I bought on. It is... Oh, forgot something. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put these shocks on that I bought. Just a coincidence that they're red, actually, which is cool because they match the brakes. Hopefully these are going to fit okay after moving that shock mount. So I have to use a wrench to tighten that, I guess. washer, a lock washer, and this. Now I just got to tighten the top up. I'm hoping that these are going to work good without any more further modifications to the mounting spots. Once they're tight, I'm going to have to cycle the suspension through its travel and see how they look. I know the way it was on there before, it was kind of hitting the frame, which I didn't really like. I'm hoping now that it's good, now that I moved it and all that stuff. And it was only, I'm pretty sure it was only this side that was touching. Starting to squeeze the rubber, so that should be good. I think it's close, but I don't think it's touching. Okay, so I'm just going to jack it up. Now it's pretty much as low as it goes, and there's still room to go from here to here, and it's quite a distance away from the back of the frame here, which is good. That's exactly what I want. Oh, let's lower it back down. Perfect. All right, now I just have to redo the other side, put the other side on, and we're good to go on that. There it is. Fits good. I might have to do some slight adjustments to it when I get the suspension cycling and the airbags working and stuff. If you can see here, at this point, when I turn the wheel all the way, it doesn't touch the shock, but it's really close, which I don't really like. And it used to rub on the shock. So I might have to do some adjustment with some washers in and out, or limit this side bump stop. The other side actually goes really good, so that's not going to be an issue. But like I said, I'll have to wait till I get it on the ground and have the suspension working, and I'll do some adjustments so it doesn't rub. So now I'm going to put the radiator in. I need a place to put that steam hose from the cylinder heads on the LS. So it comes with this fitting here, which I guess is supposed to be for a heater hose, which obviously I'm not using. So I wanted to put, I bought these fittings to put in there, but this is obviously way too big. It's the right size here at the hose, but it's too big there. So then I tried this one, which is like an 1/8, and I tapped this and it fits. It's all good, except this is way too small. I definitely do not trust this little barb fitting here, that it'll go on the hose far enough. So what I ended up doing is I got this adapter right here, which goes in there. Should go in there, I should say. Well, I just had it in there. There we go. So it goes in there, no problem. And then pretty much that's like a tranny cooler line fitting or a fuel line fitting. And then I'm going to put this piece on there, which has been flared on the end. And then the hose is going to push onto there and lock in because it's flared. It'll lock in, I'll put a clamp on, and then run the hose from there over to the other side of the cylinder head. So I'm going to put this on now, and then I'm going to get the rad in, and then I'll run that hose. All right, so I put the radiator in. So there it is all in. And there's that steam hose. Goes from there, goes around, and it goes into the radiator right there. I still got to figure out where I'm going to put my overflow. I have a Summit one lower hose on, all connected with the new clamps. And I still got to clean up and install that upper hose. I'm not a huge fan of the way the upper hose goes, but it is what it is. So hopefully it'll look all right once it's all cleaned up and in there. So I'm just going to clean that up now and put that on. Rad hose on, that's how it goes. I think that's pretty good. Also with new clamps. Thought about changing the outlet to that side, but fortunately this radiator has tranny cooler lines right here, so I couldn't really relocate the tube. So yeah, I'll still have to figure out where to put the overflow, which maybe I'll try after. Right now I'm just giving the headlight buckets a quick paint job so that I can put them on. I also got from the Junkyard new adjusters because a couple of them were broken, so get those thrown on there, and pretty much the front end's going to be done, except for wiring and stuff. Alright, so I got the headlights put together and put them on. I think it looks really good. They look really nice. So that's pretty much the front end all back together, other than of course the grille and the bumper. I put the cold side piping here back on, just make sure everything fits good. That's pretty much how it goes. The only thing that overflow container, I'm not sure. I thought maybe I could put it over on this side, but it doesn't fit because this is here. I could put it on this side. Here, there's space, but then it gets in the way of the wastegate in order to remove it. So I'm going to see if maybe once the fender's on, or once I test fit the fender on, if I can somehow put it in here and maybe recess it into the fender. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. The only other thing I still have to do is get an electric fan. So I have to figure out one that's going to fit in there. I still have to finish the intake manifold. So I don't know if I'm going to smooth it or how much I'm going to smooth it or exactly what I'm doing with that. Hopefully the next video about the truck will be the transmission. I have all the stuff now. I need to clean it up and then put the shift kit in and get it in the truck. And once it's in, then it's time to start on the wiring and running the fuel lines from the front to the back. And then it'll almost be time to get it running. So like usual, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll check you later.
No more.